back to Young and Excellent. We are a great platform for young people or anybody under the sun in Sarnia Lambton to share their stories, share their work, share their business. We want to hear from you. So share your voice so we can amplify your voice on Young and Excellent. And we'd love to say thank you to the Sarnia Journal for sponsoring us, uplifting us, and making sure that we just keep running and running and running. Make sure you subscribe to their daily email blast. It keeps you in the know, and I think it's really important to stay in the know, especially when we're building community, because that's what it's all about. Mike Barron is in a pickle ball. That's right, we are talking about pickleball right here. And I'm so excited to share this conversation between two people who love Sarnia Lambton, love building community. We dive into the Sarnia Community Foundation. We dive into the pickleball club. I can't wait to join. And then we also dive into what it's like to maybe gain some clarity on introspective thoughts and how it is to be introspective. He's a class level orange while I'm a class level blue. If you've done True Colors, you know what that means. So enjoy this conversation. Thanks, y'all. Well, welcome to the show, Mike. It's great to have you.
Great to be here.
Yeah, I feel like when I started at Rebound, that's when you were starting with the Sarnia Community Foundation.
That's right.
And so it's been nice to have that connection in the community.
For sure.
I would love to know, like, how did you get involved with the Sarnia Community Foundation?
Well, that's a great question. It happened in probably the summer of 2022. Mm-hmm. I had spent some time at Lambton College, and there was a colleague that I had collaborated with when I was at the college, and he was in the position, and he was going to be leaving, and so we connected one day for breakfast, and he kind of explained what was what the foundation was all about. I've been in Sarnia for a long time, and I really had not heard of the Sarnia Community Foundation, and so that's kind of, I guess, how the connection sort of started. And then I applied for the position and had an interview, and I felt you can go to an interview and be that I hit it out of the park, or oh my God, I'm never going to get this job.
You know it in your heart of heart what happened.
Yeah, and so I was successful, and so I started probably at the end of August of 2022, and so we're approaching 2 years, and I mean it's been great, getting to reconnect with community leaders, meet with the mayors of the different municipalities within our community, working with our fund holders, and getting to work with organizations.
It's some been of our fun.
No, it's been great, really. I mean, I was at the grocery store earlier today and talking with. I go to self-checkout, so I'm talking to the person there. I probably had a problem with something, and so we get talking, and the person asked me, so I see you here, do you work in the plant or whatever? And I said, oh no, I do kind of philanthropy work, and to, give a little elevator speech of what I do. And she's like, oh, that's really good,
Oh, that's awesome. And that probably connects you to the community so much, even just in those passing comments or conversations or anything like that.
For sure. I mean, really, we just had, I guess, kind of our signature event last week. It's called Women of Excellence.
Oh yes, I love that event.
Yeah. It was really it's a great energy, great energy in the room, and we had some International Symphony Orchestra violinists in the background providing some light entertainment.
So it gives that little elegance.
And Kathy Alexander was our keynote speaker and delivered a very powerful message of how she's managing her life since having kind of a life-altering experience. So it was very powerful. And we had Andrea Dix, who's the Community Foundations of Canada president, speak. So again, we had a very, we were recognizing some great, powerful leaders in our community, but having some great talks about the power of what, in this case, we're recognizing women of excellence, of what our women do in our community that make it stronger and better every day.
And I love that you guys do that and you highlight women of excellence too, just because for a very long time, and especially when I was growing up, I felt like women didn't really have a place in Sarnia.
For sure.
It felt like very much like that's what society was mirroring to me on a Sarnia level. And so for you folks to step out of that, I feel like these past 10 years, it's been really awesome to see women being celebrated, men being celebrated, just people who are excellent being celebrated.
Oh, for sure. That's what the foundation really is about community betterment. And, you know, if it's a safer spaces we need in the community, or recognizing where people may be able to go to get help. And again, a lot of recipients of grants and so forth help youth. We do have to take, sometimes it has to come a little higher than youth.
Yeah,
and you or I need sometimes a safe space to be able to, get out. And I used to run a lot, and that's where I would do my math problems and calculate, or when I was coaching sports, if I was going to have a talk with a kid about, hey, we need you to, find out what's going on, and we need you to, we want you to play a little better, but how do we connect, or parents for that matter, everyone
definitely
thinks their kid's going to the NHL, and so we just have to be able to
in Sarnia.
have a conversation that just says, we need to make sure that the space and the environment's fun. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I love that. And so community building is really important to me. Like that's why I love doing this show, just because I get to meet so many amazing people or continue conversations with people. But I would love to know, why do you really honor community?
I've been in Sarnia Lambton, or I came to Sarnia in '98, and my background's in sports and recreation, and so I opened it was the Sarnia Sports and Entertainment Center. It's PASA, the home of the Sting. And really, I think coming and having that experience and being able to work with lots of different user groups, I feel like I've been rooted into the community for a really long time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And I'm a little casually dressed.
Hey, that's okay.
No, that's so now I've moved my sports education background to now helping with pickleball. And so
cool.
So when we talk about community, really starting a pickleball club in our community really is kind of those seeds, meaning because pickleball is for anyone, right?
Any level of
kids,
whatever physical level you're at, doesn't matter.
And kids, I was at the courts last week. It was a PA day, I think, on Friday, and there was I don't know, I think there were as many as 12 youth, young as probably 7 or 8, right? And then some of the people that I play with are could be the grandparents, let's say, right? So that's so cool. Pickleball is a generational game, and again, community, the pickleball community, people, in Petrolia are playing, people in Alvinston are playing, people in Forest are playing, people in Corunna are playing, people in Sarnia are playing. It's a community that's really taking off.
That's really awesome.
And so, community, being a part of that, again, if I feel a greater community in doing that, or being part of it. Again, pickleball is going crazy right now in North America. There's a tournament every weekend from
it's nuts.
From here to California.
Which I like too, because I was on the York Intramural Council, so it's called CIRC, because it was a student intramural council up there. And I remember I was one of the executives when pickleball got brought up. This would have been 2017, 2018. And I literally was like, what is this? This is the most ridiculous name ever. And then I played around and I was like, this is really fun. Yeah. And I love the point about intergenerational. Yeah. Because it really is. And you'll be hard pressed to find a sport or an activity that you can do across all ages. For sure. So it's such a unique opportunity.
I mean, I think that's what I talk about. I don't know of any other sport, maybe running or a walking program.
Maybe more like games like cornhole or bocce or bowling.
Or hockey, right? You couldn't put a 7-year-old and a 71-year-old opposite each other too many things. But in pickleball, you could certainly have that as an opportunity, and it's just a great you wouldn't know who's going to win.
That is so cool. So I know we were talking about a pickleball tournament that just recently happened. I know you invited me and then I couldn't go, but how was that tournament?
Oh, it was great. So maybe we'll just even back up. Like,
Oh,
we,
yeah.
well, no, like we can, no. But I mean,
Oh,
like,
no, no, no,
the
you're good.
tournament was great. No, I mean, like the tournament was in May, and like
Yeah.
our club, like we started the club in November of
Yeah.
2023. So
Yeah.
really, the Sarnia Lambton Pickleball Club has only been around for, I think now about 6 months.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, yeah, we had a tournament at Lambton College, and it was great. Like Lambton College was it was a great space. You know, 2 gyms, one with lots of light, and one that didn't have as much light. But again, great facilities. The athletic department, Rob Cardis, president, was just excellent to work with. We had a lot of community support that helped us have an
Yeah.
event like this. We had participants come from Waterloo. The furthest away person came from Pittsburgh to
Oh,
play.
sweet.
So I
Oh
mean,
my
like
gosh.
we had, I think there were 4 or 5 players that. So Pittsburgh, and then we had 4 players from Port Huron come over and play. And,
Oh, so cool.
yeah.
So if you're someone who really wants to get involved in the next tournament,
Sure.
then where would you go and how would we find the
Yeah,
Pickleball Association? Or
Yeah,
club?
so the Sarnia Lambton Pickleball Club is there's a website and it's through Pickleball Ontario, and so you go to Pickleball Ontario's page, and then you'd scroll down and you would see the Sarnia Lambton Pickleball,
sweet.
and you can log on to our page there, and we have. Again, in such a short period of time, we have lots of information. We've ran this summer we're running a lot of different programs, from learn to play to high level.
Oh, sweet.
High level. This past winter we were in at DeGroote's nursery.
What? You played in DeGroote?
We played pickleball at DeGroote's.
Shout out to DeGroote.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh no. I acknowledged that at the Women of Excellence, because our centerpieces were from DeGroote's. I said, this place is amazing.
Oh, DeGroote's is fantastic.
Right, book sales. I even saw a pigeon show going on. Right,
they do murder mystery
murder
nights,
mystery,
galas, fusion.
Fusion. They're selling the peat moss or whatever,
Yeah. I know what
for
you're talking
affordable
about.
housing and stuff,
Yeah.
right? So John's just a great, and he and his wife are actually in the pickleball club.
I was gonna ask. I could see John rocking some pickleball.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not athletic. I don't do sports, but sure enough, he's got a He skis.
Yeah.
He skis, and but he's just. So, anyways, it's great. It's
But
great.
that's the beautiful thing about pickleball, because I find that it's just so accessible.
Yeah.
And it's just such a good time.
For sure.
I know some people get super competitive.
Oh, for sure. But no, and you're absolutely right. And I mean, that's the one thing that I think having a club, I think there's a perception that that's all we are, is about competitiveness and bullying, and really, to bring it back to what you asked me a few minutes ago about community. It's not. It's really about making sure that people play at maybe the right level, right? Like if we have one of our really, really good players and somebody introductory learning the game, are they going to have a great experience? Hopefully that experienced player will be encouraging and helping the person that maybe hasn't played. And so really that's what our club is about too, is expanding and growing, and those that maybe don't know anything about the game, they could have a chance to have a chance to play or learn.
Exactly.
Or where do I get a racket, or how do I hold the racket, or because it is, I would say for the most part, it is very inexpensive. The first set that I purchased was, I think, like $17.99.
Oh wow, that's
right?
really cheap.
Two wooden rackets and 2 balls, and and then obviously as you play and get better, maybe you'd get a better racket.
But
again,
you can start with whatever.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, our plan will be once we get our first year under our belt and get a full executive board kind of put together. We'll be looking to work with both the public and Catholic Board of Education to have educational programs.
Yeah. I used to love when we had visitors of different sports, because I know rugby was always a big one. They used to come out, and then I forget the Aussie version of rugby.
Okay, right.
It's there's a certain name to it, and it's kind of similar rules, and people would come out and do that. So pickleball would have been fantastic when I was a kid to learn and have fun with. But also, what I think is so cool, and I'd love to ask you this question
For
because
sure.
I was thinking about this question this whole time, was 10 years ago, if you were told that you'd be playing pickleball,
Yeah.
what would you have said?
I'd probably be laughing 100%. I would be like, are you kidding me? And like,
Yeah, it's such a ridiculous name, but I love it.
for sure. And like, I think back in 2018, 19,
Yeah.
when I was doing some work at Lambton College, pickleball was at the college. And I
Yeah.
was like, what is this? And I kind of think had like this crazy look on my
Yeah.
face, like, what? Like, yeah, I was running, I think, at the time, you know, so
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to go for a 10K run. And
Yeah,
why would I play
yeah.
pickleball? And now it's kind of gone the exact opposite. Like I rarely run, and I
Yeah.
play pickleball every day if I could.
Yeah,
right? Like,
absolutely. And also, like, again, it's just the fact that you find community in it. I
Yeah.
feel like it makes it even better. And so that makes sense to me that you'd switch it up a
for
little
sure.
bit. Yeah.
And I mean, like, I've only taken the game up almost the same time amount that I've been at the foundation,
Oh,
basically
wow.
2 years. And in the first year of learning, I was like, okay, I got this. So I sign up for a tournament and I go, and I think like, this is going to be great. And I mean, like, I go out there on the court, and I think I'm really good. I play, and we lose like 15-1.
Oh,
right? And
geez,
it's like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God, this is not good. So you learn. And then last summer was a lot better. But talking about that, I went to Peterborough and played. And so you meet a bunch of people, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a tournament in London. And so then you see the people from Peterborough in London. And so we're building a community within
Yeah.
Ontario, I would say.
And that's very rare for sport to do that.
Oh, for sure,
Yeah,
I
you don't
think.
really find it because, like, when I played like basketball and I would travel around and do that, like I would see people and I would definitely have connections,
Yeah.
but you see them more as competition.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Whereas pickleball, I find, is just like come one, come all
Yeah.
kind of thing.
And like you might find, what I find is the one time I went to Peterborough to play, I didn't have a partner like to play. Like I didn't leave Sarnia with a partner. So when I got to leading into the tournament, it would say needing a partner. And so I was able to find a female partner to play
nice.
mixed doubles with, and I found a male partner to play men's doubles with. And again, same thing. I mean, we don't know each other,
Yeah.
but what's our commonality? Well, we played on the
playing
court.
pickleball.
We play pickleball, right?
Yeah.
You have a little 3-minute conversation, you go out and warm up, and you're
Wow.
like, okay, this is how I'm going to play. This is how I play. Okay, great. Like
That
it's,
sounds like super brave of you to leave without a
sure,
partner and just
yeah.
hope for the best. Like, have you always been like that, where you're just like, I'm ready to go with the flow at any point?
I think I have, to be honest with you. Like
Yeah.
I've going back into like my, I grew up in Toronto, and I went to school in Peterborough, and then I went on to school to Ottawa, and then back to Oshawa, and then in '98 I came to Sarnia, and I
Wow.
did all this kind of independently,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And and actually when I came to Sarnia, I thought I would only be here for a year,
Yeah.
in '98 to '99, and I was going to move on in the arena projects, and here we are, 2024.
You're
and
still here.
still
That's
here,
awesome.
right? So-
We benefit from
Yeah.
being here,
Oh,
so
for sure.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But what about Sarnia made you stay?
I think just the fact that it's for the most part, it's a very safe community. I found, my kids got to, they'd be able to walk to school. Get to go to groceries.
It's like 10-minute drive.
Yeah, like there's never rush hour.
Never traffic.
Maybe last summer when there was a bunch of roads closed, made
Yeah.
things a little more.
Yeah, some people don't know how to handle that.
Yeah,
and
for
we definitely
sure.
saw some people, but that's okay.
Yeah, and even now, like I think here we are in 24. Like I'm now going to probably be able to even just ride my bike to work some days, right?
Wow,
So again,
yeah.
I think from an evolution and how things are changing in our environments, but yeah, no, I just think that the proximity, and we're close. Like if you want to have fun, I know. In my younger years, we'd go to Cleveland to have fun, or you could go
Yeah.
to Chicago or Detroit.
Yeah, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, like London's got lots of different things to
Yeah.
offer, and Toronto's not that far.
No, I really enjoy that too. And the only time like Sarnia gets challenging for me is in the winter time, just because
Yeah.
for young people,
Yeah.
it's really only like bars and restaurants
Yeah.
you can go to and access.
Yeah.
And then some sports here and there, but like in the summer,
Yeah.
like you just can't beat Sarnia in the
No,
summer.
it's amazing. And,
Yeah.
like the water, we're surrounded by water, I think is the other
know.
calming piece, right?
Oh, it's so nice.
Right? I mean, you read I don't read a lot, but when I read, I should. That's not probably a good thing to say.
No. You play pickleball. You're busy.
I play pickleball, but like I was reading a post because my brain only handles those quick information pieces, and so it said that you spend 15 minutes by water, the sound, that allows your mind and your body and your soul to kind of heal. And
I'm
fortunate that I'm close to the water, so I don't always get to see it, but I can certainly hear it. And it just when I take a moment and hear it, then it takes me to the point of being able to say, hey, take time. And and again, I don't think when I was younger, I just did stuff. Right? Like, you're a little younger, and you probably just do that, right? Like I don't. Now I take time. I reflect. I try to think more, as opposed to I was running the arena, and I'm like, we're just going to do this. We're just going to do that. We're just
I do feel like with the aspects of like technology and like social media, like I do find my generation is a little bit more informed about that spiritual connection to nature. And so I find like when I look back at like 18, 19-year-old me, I was like that. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go head first into this. And like, I'm going to learn and I'm going to fail and I'm going to do all these things. And then now I'm like, oh, like meditation in the morning helps me.
For sure.
Working out really helps me. Playing sports really helps. It's like, okay, so my connection to my body actually means a lot more now that I'm getting older and I have more access to the information. So I definitely agree with you, and I'm on the same wavelength of you, Ash, like for sure.
Yeah.
Are you a very spiritual person?
Well, no, right? But I feel like I'm leaning more toward, like I'm leaning more towards that. I have a partner, and I believe that that's what I'm learning. I'm easily excitable. I wear my colors on my sleeve, right? And I can get elevated quick. Just because that's just, again,
you're very in the moment.
Yeah, and so now I'm trying to be mindful of that, and it's still good to be excited, and it's still good to have good emotions, but to be in a little more control.
Keeping that nervous system calm. And like collected. I love that. Have you ever taken the True Colors test?
Yeah.
Are you an orange?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
like
I knew
probably,
it.
Right.
As soon as you're like, I get all excited. I was like, oh, you're an orange. And I love oranges. My second is usually orange.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, I can definitely understand it. My first is blue. So I'm very much in that like artist, emotional, all that.
And this is why you're doing the show.
Yeah, exactly. But the orange part of me is that daredevil.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm gonna go.
And I see, like when I and at the foundation, one of the to bring it back to the foundation, and one of the opportunities I think that was lying for the foundation, and I'm hopefully been trying to improve that, is to kind of elevating that profile and being able to, let people in the community know what we do, right? I mean, organizations that benefit from grants and organizations that receive money from donors, they certainly understand, and there's that's great. But how do we get to the next level? How do we get the next donor? How do we communicate, what it is that we do, or what's the impact that somebody can relate to? And so I feel like that's where I get excited when I meet with fund holders, and there's been some great, like Adam Dumont, Sarnia Sings. The first time I had never met him, and he kind of told me about the event, and for whatever reason I hadn't really been exposed. Obviously the pandemic put a bit
puts a big barrier on that.
But I mean, like that event is like, that's amazing, and
it's one of my faves.
I've said to him, like, I would see this being something like, we'd have to look for a bigger venue, like maybe even the arena, you know what I mean? Like
where we could, that would be amazing.
Where we could, like, it's great. The theater's a great venue, and the sound's great.
Stunning,
it's great, I'm sure, to work with. And but if we wanted to really, if we wanted to sell 1,500 tickets or 2,000 tickets, where could we do that, and what would that look like?
And I bet the community would support it.
I think it's
amazing.
I can't believe the talent.
Oh, Sarnia is insane for talent. Right? It is like, even just getting into Theater Sarnia, because that's where I perform usually, and like just being in a pool with people who are like amateurs, and I really want to put quotations on that, because our city is so talented.
It's amazing,
Yeah.
right? It's amazing. Well, I was in Shirley Schramm's Nutcracker. This is just,
There
this
you
show
go.
is
Look
young
at
and
that.
excellent. I'm old and
Yo, you are not
I'm old
don't
and
worry.
participating. How does that sound?
Old and participating. That's gonna be the title of the show. I love that. Okay, so you brought some stuff to show too.
Well, I mean, we don't. No. Maybe we'll do that another time. We'll do it another time.
Hey, that
maybe
sounds good to
when
me.
the show's ready to roll, we'll take it on the road.
Hey, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
We got our road mic, so we can do that. I can do a pickleball lesson with you.
Yeah, for sure.
Samantha, write it down.
Yeah, let's go.
But I love that. And so for like the foundation too, and then having pickleball, like I find that that's like great networking opportunities for you for both.
Yeah, well, and that's how it's a great way to kind of bring us here, and that's what I think is that the foundation's about the endowment and the money that we have that's there for forever, and to grow and make the community better tomorrow and tomorrow. And pickleball is kind of we're at that evolution sort of standpoint, and we want to work with municipality, whether it's Sarnia or Petrolia or Corunna or anywhere that wants to build courts. We, as the club, we have expertise that we want to make sure that we can grow the game. And, so again, it's community betterment for pickleball because it's a good, 3 scoring system, relatively low impact, social, great for connection, bringing people together. And so really, when I do talks for the foundation, I include pickleball. And when I talk about pickleball, I can insert the foundation. And so, they're both really about community betterment. And I'm passionate about both.
Oh,
so,
I love that. And I definitely see that from you. Even when we first met, I was like, yes, he's like vibrant with that kind of energy. Okay, so we do have to wrap it up soon.
For sure.
So this is my last question.
Okay.
If you could go back to your younger self, let's say like 18 years old, what would be your advice for 18-year-old Mike?
Wow. And my buddies will be laughing when I send them this. I think it goes back to like what we talked about earlier, that I was just so strong-headed and so like, I wouldn't say daredevil, but just no fear. But I'm just gonna I'm gonna go to school in Ottawa. I'm just gonna go to school in Ottawa, and I'm just gonna go to school here, and then I'm gonna go to Sarnia. I'm just gonna pack everything I have, and I'm gonna move to Sarnia. Like I don't know that that's bad. No, but I think that if I had a little bit of the wisdom I'm taking in now, have a little more reflection when I was younger. If I could have had a little more reflection, I think, I don't know if things would have turned out differently, but if I could have had a little more, do something, like and then
introspective.
Take a moment and was that the right?
I love where you took that question because I feel like a lot of people like almost overthink that. But for you to go back to 18-year-old you and say, have a little more introspection, have a little bit more reflection, and make sure that you're doing things for you and not for the opportunity.
For sure. And I mean, that's, you're touching on something here. And I think that, I think there are those that, I'm a fixer, I'm a, problem solver, and then I don't take enough time for myself, for sure, right? And so that's part of what I'm experiencing, I would say right now too, with a partner is that we're actually both go.
Oh, yeah.
And
that's cool though.
Yeah, so I think like being able to, take time for yourself is a real opportunity that I think I'm working on as well. Yeah,
that's good. That's good. And 18-year-old you, I'm sure, is proud of you right now.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming
it's
on
awesome.
the show, Mike.
It's
It
awesome.
was so much fun to have you.
Yeah, for sure.
So for folks looking to join pickleball or know more about Sarnia Community Foundation, I know.
So the foundation, I mean, they can get a hold of us. We're 109 Durand Street. We have a Sarnia Community Foundation has a website, so people could look that up.
Amazing.
The Sarnia Lambton Pickleball Club, we have a website as well for that. So, we're things are happening at both at the foundation and with the club, so it's exciting. I'm busy, and it's just great. Thanks for having me on to be able to talk about both. And
it's really nice to connect more than just like hallway conversations or anything 100%.
Like that. So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, I'll see you soon, and hopefully we play some pickleball, Nick.
Yeah, let's go.
We get some pickle on. There you go.
Let's go.
We can get a little tennis outfit.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, awesome. Okay.
All right, bye everyone.